Okay friends, it's time to get started on replacing our rear shock assemblies. Something I'm going to mention is it's a good idea to always do these as a pair. You never want to do just one. With that said, let's get started by safely raising and supporting the rear of the vehicle, then removing our center cover, all of our lug nuts, and the wheel. The next thing we're going to do is start removing our rear sway bar link. That's this area right here. Now to do this, if you were to look up along the top, you're going to find a 14mm headed nut. I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that with a wrench, and then I'm going to move underneath the lower control arm to finish removing the bolt that comes all the way through from the bottom to the top. As we start removing it, keep in mind there's going to be a whole bunch of washers and bushings along the way, including a large metal sleeve. Inspect your hardware as you remove it. Now from underneath, I'm going to continue pulling this down so I can access the rest of this. Up along the control arm, you're also going to continue finding another washer and another bushing. Now we can remove the rest of the sway bar link. Go ahead and set that aside. Now let's make our way to our toe link where it connects onto the knuckle. For this, you're going to find a bolt that comes down through the top of the knuckle, past the stud for the toe link, and then you're going to find an 18mm nut along the bottom. Let's go ahead and remove that 18mm nut and then the bolt. Inspect your hardware as you remove it, of course. Now let's move along to the 21mm headed bolt that goes through from the back of the control arm through to the front area of the control arm here. That's the bolt that holds the rear shock to the rear control arm. The nut came off the forward side. Alright, so now let's make our way down under here. You're going to find an 18mm headed bolt that goes all the way through this area to the front where you'll find a 21mm nut. I'll hold the bolt, remove the nut, and then remove the bolt from the area. Now let's use a trim tool, and we're going to go ahead and remove the two push pins that hold this plastic panel to the body of the vehicle. Now let's take this and move it out of our way. With that out of the way, let's have a look right up here. You're going to find 3 mounting nuts that hold the shock to the frame of the vehicle. We're going to have to remove all 3. Go ahead and spray them down with some penetrant. Now let's have a look along the top of the frame right where you can see the studs for the rear shock. You're going to have 3 of these. There's one right here along the rear, there's one directly in front of it, and then there's another one that's buried more towards the center. To remove these, you can use several different things, such as possibly a cutting wheel, torch, or even a 13mm wrench. For us, our nuts are stripped, so I can't use the wrench. It's almost impossible to fit a socket in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut them off. So like I said, I went ahead and cut off all of my studs. For you, assuming you just took off the nuts, the next thing that we're going to do is move along to removing this vibration dampener from the top of the shock tower. Now at this point, the entire shock is dismounted from the vehicle. but we're going to have to continue with a large pry bar. We'll just stick it up and over the lower control arm, under the frame, and then we're just going to carefully press down on this. As we press it down, pay attention along this area. We want this to come down far enough that we can pull it out and then eventually get the shock out through the wheel well. There it is, friends. Okay, friends, it's time to get ready to install our brand new rear shock assembly. Let's take this and put it into the lower control arm. Now we'll use our large pry bar, pry down on the lower control arm so we can fit the top into the upper strut tower. Perfect. Let's go ahead and make sure we put our vibration dampener back in position. You want to make sure that your two mounting holes line up with the holes where the studs are going to go up and through. After you have all three studs started, go ahead and put on all three of your mounting nuts. We can bottom these out with a 13mm wrench. Once you have all of your mounting nuts snugged, the torque for each of them is going to be 22 foot-pounds. If you can fit a socket and a torque wrench in there, go ahead and torque them. If not, make sure they're nice and tight. The next thing we're going to do is apply a little bit of support underneath the lower control arm. We're going to have to start raising this up a little bit until the hole of the lower control arm lines up with the lower mounting hole of our brand new shock. Now let's put our nut on there. I'm just going to put this right through the backside, holding onto the ear. Now we can start tightening this. Torque this bolt to 184 foot-pounds. Now let's move along to the bolt that holds the knuckle to the lower control arm. For this, I'm going to have to lift up on the knuckle a little bit. I'll line up that mounting bolt hole, slide the bolt right on through. Bottom it out, and then we'll torque it to manufacturer specification. Now let's put our toe link inside the knuckle. Put your jam bolt in from the top to the bottom. Put your mounting nut on there. We'll bottom this out, and then we're going to torque this nut to 66 foot-pounds. Let's get this trim panel back in here. Line up your trim panel holes. Put in your two push clips. Make sure it's secure. Now it's time to get ready to reinstall our rear sway bar link. Make sure that your lower bushing is sitting properly. You want to have it so the little piton that is sitting up is going to be going up against the control arm along the bottom. I'll put this in, up, and through. Now let's continue on with another rubber bushing. This time, the little piton is going to be facing down towards the control arm. Take one of your washers with the cup facing towards the bushing. Your spacer. Another washer. This time the cup's going to be facing up. Bushing with the piton facing up. Well, let's get this lined up with the sway bar. Push it right on up and through there. Another bushing, piton facing down. Washer with the cup facing towards the bushing. Go ahead and start on your locking nut. Now we're going to continue on snugging this. When we do it, you don't want to keep going until it's completely bottomed out. All you want to do is watch the rubber bushings. We just want to ensure that the rubber bushing is touching up against the sway bar link along both sides. It's crushing right up against there, but not necessarily squishing these flat. Also pay attention to the same thing on the control arm. Double check all of your bushings. After that, continue on by putting your wheel back on. Start on all 5 of your 19mm lug nuts. Then we'll get the wheel back on the ground and torque each of them to 100 foot-pounds. Torqued. Of course, if you have your center cover, go ahead and put that on now. Looking at the back of it, all these holes are where your lug nuts are supposed to fit into. Go ahead and line them up, knock it in. Okay, now the next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side of the vehicle. After that, go ahead and get yourself safely down to your local alignment shop. Thank you for watching.